What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the latest Madden 21 news that you need to know about. We're going to be talking about possible release dates, the game possibly being delayed, some important information EA released yesterday about the game on Next Generation, and also a pretty big rumor that's been going around lately that I think a lot of you will be excited about. Now, if you're new here, however, and you want to be up to date on all of the latest Madden 21 news, it's going to be dropping very often over the next few months. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you're always notified the second that these videos drop, so that you're always up to date on the latest news. So let's get into it. The first thing, yesterday EA did their conference call with the shareholders and things like that. I don't know how often they do this, but it's kind of when they report their earnings, and as well as kind of go over some things that they're planning to do going forward. And they mentioned games and kind of like when you can expect them to be released. Obviously, with what's going on in the world right now, there is this big, kind of thought that the games could be delayed because they're working from home. They even talked about this in the conference call, that they've shifted much of their work from home. They got a lot of things in place so that they can work on the games from home instead of being in office and stuff like that. They did confirm that they're going to launch FIFA, Madden, and NHL 21 along with some other titles this year, and they kind of listed when you can expect these games to come out. Now, FIFA and Madden come out in the quarter 2 for EA Sports, which I think quarter 2 runs from like July till the end of September, right? Now, there was an article, I don't know where the article was posted, I just saw like the clip from the article that everybody was sharing, and this had people thinking that, oh, Madden's going to be delayed and it's coming out in September this year, because what the article said is basically here, one of the slides in the company's most recent financial statement lays out a partial schedule of games that include Burnout Paradise remastered on Nintendo Switch and Command & Conquer remastered by the end of June, followed by FIFA 21 and Madden 21 by the end of September, quarter 2. Now, people saw this and they're saying, oh, wow, Madden's coming out in September this year. Well, I guess that makes sense, because obviously the way they're working right now with what's going on, kind of expected things to be delayed. Now, I reached out to some people to kind of get some clarification on this, because I didn't think that this was really worded in a way that, I guess it wasn't worded the right way, in a sense that it was making people see it a different way than it actually is. So basically what I was told from the people that I kind of trust is that, there's no plans to delay Madden that they know of. And basically reading this, it just says that FIFA and Madden would be out by the end of September, which is the end of quarter 2, meaning it can come out before then. And the fact that the article lumped FIFA and Madden together, because FIFA and Madden are both coming out in quarter 2, FIFA comes out in September. So FIFA is always after Madden. So Madden should still be out in August as normal. Either the end of August or early August. The last couple years, it's been the first week. A few years before that, it was more to the end of August. So you should still see Madden come out at the same time. There is no delays that anybody has really talked about. Now, we're going to get into the rest of the video, but first, let's hear a quick word from today's video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Manscaped, the only brand dedicated to men's below-the-waist grooming and hygiene. Now, if you've been around my channel at all recently, you guys already know that I'm a huge fan of Manscaped and their Perfect Package 3.0 kit, which is the first all-in-one manscaping kit that makes manscaping both safe and easy. The kit comes with the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0, equipped with a 7,000 RPM motor with both skin-safe and quiet stroke technology. So basically, it won't cut you and nobody will hear you. And that's a guarantee. If you nick your sack, you can send it back. The kit also comes with Crop Preserver, Crop Reviver, and for a limited time when you order your kit at manscaped.com, you'll get 2 free gifts, the Shed Travel Bag, and my personal favorite, the High Performance Anti-Chafing Boxer Briefs. Now, if you want to get 20% off of your Perfect Package 3.0, make sure to use my code ERIC20 at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. Okay, so just something else I want to throw out there, possible beta. We've seen a beta the last couple years for Madden. I would assume we're going to get one this year, especially with the way EA's having to work from home. You would assume maybe you could see more problems this year. Like, I don't know for sure, but you would just think that there could be that potential for beta testing to be even more crucial this year, because of the fact that they're not working under their, regular kind of circumstances. So, in the event that a beta does come out, like I always try to remind y'all on this channel, I usually do get beta codes to give away, so my social medias will be linked below for when that time comes. Usually that's somewhere in June or July. I give away beta codes. If that happens again this year, if you want to be around for that, make sure that you're following so you don't miss out. But yeah, I would expect a beta this year because I think more than ever they might need a beta. Heck, maybe they even make it an open beta. That would make a lot of sense this year because usually it's a closed beta. Now, going on to the next big news they talked about, you're going to be able to upgrade their games for free on next generation. Yes, free. EA and the word free together is, it's like something you never see. That's like the boogeyman or like, Bigfoot. You don't ever see that. Or maybe some people see it, but not many people see that, right? So a bunch of websites are reporting on this. It is like official. It's not a joke or anything. Some people thought it was a joke. I'm just going to go over this article that Games Radar posted. There's tons of different websites that talked about it. It says EA's upcoming games will let you upgrade them to run on next generation consoles for free. EA confirms its upcoming games will run on both current gen consoles in addition to the next gen PS5 and Xbox Series X. It says, speaking on an earnings call to shareholders and the press last night, Electronic Arts COO said that this year the phasing includes the effect of revenue recognition from the games we are launching for the current generation of consoles that can also be upgraded free on the next generation. Now, it's unclear if he's referring to either backwards compatibility, which is something the PS5 and the Xbox Series X both possess, or if he's talking about Microsoft's new smart delivery feature, which is basically a feature that says, like, it's available to all the third-party developers, saying, like, hey, if you release a game first on the Xbox One, you can allow it to, also be able to work on the Xbox One X, right, without having to buy the game again, right? Or EA could be talking about their own in-house program that might allow owners of the EA title to apply for a next-gen copy of their product. We don't know exactly in what way it'll be free, we just know it'll be free. Now, both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, I believe, are going to be backwards compatible with the previous generation, so if that's the case, the game you buy on the current generation systems right now, that same game is going to just work when you get the new console, right? But if, for like Madden, for example, if they actually have a separate version of the game, which that is something we're not 100% on yet, we don't know, we think that it's going to be a thing because it has been in the past, we don't know, but if there's an actual separate version of the game for next gen, which would likely, it would run a little better, probably look better, it would be able to take advantage of the system's hardware more than the current gen version would. If there is that separate version, you'll still be able to get it free, whether it's by the smart delivery that Xbox offers, which PlayStation has not announced anything like this yet for their system, but many people think that they will because it just makes sense. It'll either be available that way, or EA will just have their own in-house system that says, hey, you bought the game on previous gen, you're allowed to upgrade for free. Now, this is huge, number one, because it's EA, and like EA doesn't really give you like anything for free. Like, that's just not their reputation. They're like the opposite of free, right? But not only that, so many people, and I see it every day in the comment section, so many people are saying, like, should I wait to get the game, or should I just buy the game when it comes out and then just not upgrade to next gen until next year? People are very concerned because nobody wants to purchase the same thing twice. And in the past, we've had to do that. Going from like PS3 to PS4, if you wanted to upgrade Madden, you had to buy the whole new game. Well, this year, you don't have to worry about that, at least as far as the EA Sports titles are concerned. I'm sure other companies are going to probably follow suit with this. If you buy the game in August when it comes out, and then the next generation consoles, they come out a few months later, and you want to upgrade to the next console, you will not have to rebuy Madden. One way or another, the game you bought is going to be the only game you need to buy. So that's a really good news for gamers. It kind of takes that stress off of like, should I wait, should I not wait? I think that's a big win, and definitely, it's not often that you can like praise EA for things, I think this is definitely a good thing right here. Now, the big rumor that's been going around lately that I think a lot of people will be excited for is crossplay. Been seeing this talked about a lot lately. Somebody told me about this a while back, and I was like, yeah, that would be definitely cool, but who really knows, right? It's always seemed like a long shot type of thing. We've only seen a few games do it, and it's definitely really big for the games that do it, but we're like, man, I don't think EA would really do it. Well, lately I've been seeing this pop up a lot, and by people that I consider credible, people that usually kind of are in the know in some way or another, people in the past that have talked about it and said that, different things in the past, and they wound up coming true. So, usually when you see a lot of people start talking about it, and not just any old body, but people that usually know what they're talking about, usually that means that, the information's starting to leak a little bit and get out there, and there's actually, it's actually valid information. So, I'm not talking about cross-gen play, meaning if you have the PS5, you could play people that are playing on the PS4. We already kind of know that that's going to be a thing. That's a big thing that's being talked about for next-gen systems. I'm talking about cross-platform, meaning if you're on Xbox, you could play somebody on PlayStation. That, I think, would be huge for Madden, and the more I think about it, it makes sense, because EA, especially this past year, you can see the shift that they're taking and trying to, like, blow Madden up to be as big as it can possibly be. You know, maybe not in the eyes of everybody, but if you see the way they're operating, they're like just adding things like Superstar KO to the game, which in their words is like their version of a sports battle royale in a sense. And that's what a lot of the new gamers like. You know, ever since Fortnite, you know, and like PUBG got big with this type of style, and I mean, there might have been games before that even, but you know, like as it kept blowing up, you know, you're seeing like, okay, Call of Duty's doing it now, you know, Apex Legends comes out, and like EA's tried to implement their version of this into a sports game, and it hit really big. People will play the heck out of this mode, and it brought a lot of new people to the game. They're trying to do these things to get the younger generation excited about playing sports games. So cross-platform just makes a lot of sense if they're trying to do that. And not only that, I think that when you combine the pool of players together on both systems, it actually allows the game companies to offer more ways to play. Because one thing no game company wants to do is they don't want to spread their user base too thin online. And that's always like, you got to find that balance. Like, you want to give people different options and ways to play, but you don't want to spread the user base so thin and give them 20 different ways to play, because then you get stuck in this problem where people are waiting too long for games. Maybe you're playing the same opponents too often because you have so many different people spread out into these different sections of the game. Well, if you combine the systems together, now you have this big ocean full of people to like pluck from when trying to find games. I think it makes it easier for companies to add more ways to play, because you don't run into those problems as much of like people maybe waiting too long for a game or something like that, and it allows them to expand the game. So that's a big rumor that's going around lately. I thought it was kind of a long shot for, you know, maybe something we'd see in a few years. It sounds like it's something we could potentially get this year. I think a lot of you would be excited. If so, let me know below. Are you excited about that? Are you excited about, you know, not having to buy the game twice and all this other stuff? Let me know below, and as always, I will see you guys next time.